So, I got 2 days of activation. Here you can see the number 1, because immediately after activation, countdown went. Our program for the distribution is arranged in such a way that the activation day divides only at the actual work. That is, you use the program day writing off. When not in use, then the day will not be charged. So, you can forget about the replenishment for some time. When a profile is replenished within the period of a maximum of 2 days, that is, you can throw yourself 15 or for example 30 days, and during this period you will have not wait for days until you are not using them in the right mode. By interface. The interfaces in principle consist of 2 panels. First is the distribution panel. The second panel is the panel the site itself. Between them there is a conversational strip. Pressing the mount on which you can hide the distribution panel for your convenience and for example to increase the maximum area of the site. On the site itself the program adds 2 buttons: the history communication and translation. Translator works that translates text from Russian into English entered here. History button serves to view the message history with men. The program Sender.Services saves chat history, and if you use our software, you can refer to it at any time. Just click on one of the men and then press the button Correspondence History. I unfortunately cannot show you how it is, because this newly created profile and it wasn't even absolutely no activity. Next, show features distribution panel is the bottom of Outputs account. That is, after clicking, you leave your account and get to the main site, witty.com. The next button is the inclusion of cameras on the tab, which means if you open multiple tabs with different accounts, then unfortunately the camera can only work on one of them. This restriction witty.com, so if we open another tab and there on the tab which we assume would be open here, bottom camera would be active but there would be camera isn't active. If we in turn press the button on the camera there, here would be turn off the camera and there would be join. ID bottom of man who sent a message. Here you can discover the ID of the man with whom you were in correspondence. Here we also have a light amount of men online, but this number is informative and it isn't necessary to fully navigate. Next, show the text list. This file is very rich in options. Here we have the opportunity to make changes. Changes are inserted in the usual way, with the word name in braces, but we were to a little further. There is a synonym function, that is, what would the message you are sending to man were different. One, for example, will come hello and name, another will come just hi. Next we have a function so-called the annoying warning man different phrases. I'll tell you how it works. The program sends him the first sentence, then 2 minutes later he sends the second phrase, then the third and final quarter. That is to say, a man should get 6 minutes for phrases. Recording format of these blocks, if you are clicking on the text of invitations, offers a special constructor. There are 4 files, each of which you need to enter your desired phrase. The main thing that every phrase introduces a new line. Is shown 2 options as a hi dear and the recipient's name or the hello. Can also add a phrase of your choice. These phrases are immediately sent in turn to man. If a man doesn't respond, it is 2 minutes to come following the notification. For example, could you talk to me please? Of course, you can add a few more phrases that will be selected in a random order. Do not forget to write every need with a new line for correct delivery. After another minute or two, if the person doesn't respond to second phrase of the notification, it will have the following phrase one or more that you will score here, and after 2 minutes the last quarter of the phrase will be sent. Interesting for you men. The difference between the first and the fourth sentence of 6 minutes, because it was sent to 3 designs for your messages, each of which comes, remember, 2 minutes later. The difference between the first and the third sentence of 4 minutes, because it was sent 2 designs for your messages. There are standards filtered by age from and to. You can also submit a request to the countries of interest to you, one or more, which will take the man referring only to the place of residence. The purpose of mailing. Here you will see 4 options: main online, online legacy, contact list, and collection. Contact list will be located on the right side. Circle of communication or collection just. To be in this area. Note that if you select social circle or collection, then in this area will be the area of the same name, and if you select a main online and select a contact list, it will be seen the black list. In this case, be careful that wouldn't enter your social circle, that is the same list of men in the black list. This area is located to the right of the list of active chats, and this list is adjusted in this window by pressing the button Active Chats. Unfortunately, now I cannot demonstrate this feature because no one correspondence was conducted. 3 mailing options. What is the difference? Online widget limit composes 8 messages per minute. Slow delivery has only 8 messages per minute. The average is trying to send a little more messages based on the fact that it is difficult to calculate the interval between each message is sent and just average slightly faster. This features is ideal if you don't have high-speed internet. It isn't. It is recommended to put the slow distribution due to the departure of fewer messages. Well, tap quickly or fast, let's say for adventurers, because someone might think that in this way all messages will be up to the recipient and is a high performance, but there will be no guarantee that your notification will be quite simply that of man. Start button to start the newsletter and link to the reviews of our program. If you like it, then just go for it and leave the assessment. It is desirable to recall. If you are going to leave a negative review and evaluation, it is best to contact us at Skype, in which case we will promptly get back to you. With a high degree of probability, we'll solve the problem or make the necessary revisions. At this stage, the training doesn't end there. You see active button more options. Option is 3 is the entire 3 text files. The first file is for the fact that to strengthen the mail reaction. The files of first is the message to men who visited your profile. Here you enter a message that will be sent to a man who soon visited your profile. When you make the newsletter, you can see here on the right side that a certain man is looking at your profile. Thus, in this file, you can enter a message to be sent to him once he has visited your profile. I have to say, it really works and is highly efficient. Report soulmate. There is a standard window which is not quite easy, because While it's running, you cannot enter newsletter. We have perfected this option. Here you simply type a message that you can enter in the tab Soulmate. In this case, we will be held as the search for soulmate and regular delivery. Auto answer to man. Here is the default for Smiley. If you enter a message that doesn't forget about the rule of the new line. How do you know if a girl doesn't respond to a message within 30 seconds? It is charged a penalty. In order to avoid a fine and work auto answer function, that is, when a man answered and you for some reason cannot answer automatically, program after 20 seconds will send one of these messages. In this case, one of 4 emoticons. It operates distribution and it's quite simple. Now I show you how to work the distribution. Press and the program begins to send messages. It displays the number of messages that are currently being sent. When you hold the tooltip, how many messages left to send. The program takes each time the candidate from the list online, but choose the best number of men, who in the opinion of our algorithm know how is the best. After 2 minutes the following messages appears. Could you talk to me please? Here the first digit appears near the comma, and another number is number of these most repetitions. Stop the newsletter. Generally, a brief overview Sender.Services program. Use with pleasure. Email us your feedback. If critics, write on Skype and email. We wish you to find the second half and be really happy. Goodbye.